Welcome to Practical Research 1. This video lesson hopes to engage you, my dear learners, into a guided and independent learning activities at your own pace and time. This also aims to help you acquire the needed 21st century skills while taking into consideration your needs and circumstances. I am Ria Arnavalgas. Today's topic is literature review, elements, and ethics. This video is designed to allow you to be familiar with literature review, and it also aims to upskill you by providing the necessary competency in writing literature review. Here are today's objectives. It is expected that students will imbibe the following competencies. Number 1, follow ethical standards in writing related literature. And number 2, present a written review of literature. And to make our virtual classroom a healthy and productive environment, let's keep the online etiquette in mind. We need to practice proper behavior and good manners in our online classroom. And we need to remember and follow these simple rules during class. Be prepared for class. Make sure you'll have all the required materials with you before class starts. Prepare your books, homework, notebook, pencils, pens, and anything else you may need so you can easily follow in class. Have everything you need within reach. Be fully present. Pay attention and participate actively. Don't play games on your phone, check your social media, or watch videos. Focus on your lessons, take notes, and participate in class. Also, avoid constantly moving away from your study area because that might be distracting to your teacher and classmates. Lastly, don't be afraid to ask questions. Feel free to ask your teacher if you don't know something or if something isn't clear. Listen attentively to your teacher and follow instructions. So, are you ready with your pen and paper? Let's begin. Let's have a review of the past lesson regarding literature review. So on your answer sheet, write true if the statement is correct and false if not. Number 1. Literature review contains sufficient discussion of the background, processes, findings, and implication. Again, literature review contains sufficient discussion of the background, processes, findings, and implication. The answer is true. Next question. Number 2. The main purpose of literature review is to give basis for your research. The main purpose of literature review is to give basis for your research. What's It is concise, logical, complete, and recent. Let's discuss each further. Number one, literature review is intensive. The main purpose of literature review is to provide background of your research, according to Ramdani and Amin. It has to be intensive wherein all relevant discussion must be included to clearly understand the parameter and basis of your study. Likewise, this provides an explicit background of what you are writing. Therefore, a good literature review is concentrated wherein all aspects of it are focused, explored, and identified. Literature review is concise. It does not represent the entire claim of the research being reviewed. It's just a part of your research that provides information about the variables that you are exploring that were already explored by other researchers on their studies. Therefore, a short discussion of their processes, findings, and implication is more than enough to establish the concepts being dealt on your research. So one reviewed literature has to be comprised of one paragraph with 6 to 10 sentences. However, you can exceed depending on the information and its relevance to your research. Literature review is logical. It has to be logical, analytical, and rational. It is accomplished through deductive or inductive presentation. When you say deductive presentation, it may begin with most important to lesser important. On the other hand, inductive presentation may begin with local going to global. Nonetheless, each sentence has to be in harmony with each other. Number 4, literature review is complete. Saturation of the studies related to your research has to be practiced. It should not be based on the quota of literature you need to cite, but on the relationship of previous researches to your research. But of course, it is impossible to exhaust all literature in the world related to your work. It's up to you to decide whether the literature considered clarified all the inquiries related to your research or not. Thus, all important parts are present, according to Ragers. And lastly, literature review is recent. The literature to be used have to be conducted within 10 years for it to be called recent. However, there are institutions that are requiring literature to be only within 5 years. Though these time frames differ from each other, their suggested time has to be recent. So the more recent it will be, the better. And the wisdom behind this idea is that every day we discover new things, and there's a great possibility that the information on a certain topic may possibly change. And now, to test your understanding of the lesson, let's have another activity. Write true on your answer sheet if the statement is correct, otherwise false if it is not. So 3 questions were prepared for you to answer. Let's have question 1. The main purpose of literature review is to provide background of your research. The main purpose of literature review is to provide background of your research. The answer is correct. It's true. Question 2. Literature review contains short discussion of studies, processes, findings, and implication. Again, literature review contains short discussion of studies, processes, findings, and implication. What's your answer? Correct, the answer is true. Last question. Question 3. Literature has to be accomplished by means of providing clear, concrete, and systematic way. Literature has to be accomplished by means of providing clear, concrete, and systematic way. The answer is true. Good job, guys. Now, in this activity, let's help Sir Christian to identify the words in the box. These are the characteristics of a good literature review. So let's unbox. this task, okay? And if you're done, I congratulate you for partaking in this video lesson. Wait for further announcement on the updated schedule of module and answer sheet retrieval. Once again, this is your Practical Research 1 teacher, Ria Arnavilgas. Please stay tuned for the next video lesson regarding ethics in literature review. And you can reach me through Facebook and Gmail for inquiries. This ends lesson 1, the elements of a good literature review. Thanks for watching and please stay safe.